Now, the golden boot is something that we need to absolutely discuss. Huge, not really huge, but a reasonable number of strikers has actually joined the Premier League, and they're absolutely anticipated to be quality. Darwin Nunez at Liverpool, Alexander Mitrovic from the Championship, Erling Haaland from the German Bundesliga, and Gabriel is switching sides as well. Harry Kane has stayed at Spurs. United do not have a striker, but Ronaldo is still there. How did I say that they do not have a striker? They have Ronaldo, don't they? And Anthony Martial is back. So who wins the Golden Boot? It was Salah and Son, two forwards that do not even play down through the middle last campaign. Do you think it will be it will still be the trend? Do you think it's going to be again wide forwards, or this time it's a number 9?
I think this time around it may change. According to how I see things and according to how I've seen these teams performing. If Erling Haaland doesn't get so many injuries this season, of course we've seen him doing that. That is in Germany.
Yeah, in Germany.
If he doesn't do the same way that he has been doing the, of course in Germany, I see him taking the Golden Boot. For example, 38 games are played in the Premier League. If he plays at least 30 games, I see him winning the Golden Boot. Of course, we've seen him what he has done in the first 2 games. Though in the first game, that is in the competition, he missed so many chances, but his impact was felt. And of course, we saw him in the first game of the Premier League, what he was able to do. Of course, winning that penalty and also scoring the other. It's some good thing that he has done. So I expect him to be scoring so many goals.
Yeah, and I think with the quality of chances that he's going to be getting from the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva,
the likes of
Riyad Mahrez, you expect him to score a lot of easy goals, and he's that clinical. I think that is one of the things that
I think he's one of the first strikers that I've seen.
Yeah, he's absolute. He has everything you need to be a modern and a traditional striker.
Maybe
you need. He has everything.
Maybe one thing that is missing, of course, being on the pitch, like we've said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, most of the time he's out
like you just
with
need to
injuries.
on your numbers. Yeah. I think Pep can do that. Probably trying to rotate him with Julian Alvarez. At times you can rotate him with probably Riyad Mahrez as a false 9. Things like that. But for me, I cannot disagree. I think he scores 20 and above. I'm not going to give him my Golden Boot award, but I think he will score 20 and above. 18 to go now. He's already scored 2.
Yeah.
I think.
But according to me, he may take it.
You think he takes it?
He may take it. That is, of course, on the other option that I said, if he's on the pitch,
if he keeps fit.
If he keeps fit, I think he will win it.
Darwin Nunez, Liverpool. They create a lot as well. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold last campaign created more chances than any other player in the Premier League. Robertson, I think him and him combined with Robertson, they're a duo that created more chances than any other duo in the Premier League this campaign. And the presence of Thiago Alcantara, the presence of players like Mo Salah and all these other Liverpool players, and now Fabio Cavalli as well as an introduction. I think they will feed him. He will get the chances. He is clinical. I think with Liverpool, it's more of how many goals have we scored, and not how many goals has a particular player scored. So they really spread out their goals a lot. We've seen it over the years. Mane 15, Salah 20, and Roberto Firmino around 15, and that is enough to keep them in the top 2 or even win the league. But I think Darwin Nunez, I don't think he wins the league, the Golden Boot, but he will score more than 15.
I think one of the advantages that he's having over Mane, of course, most of the times you could see Mane, he was a goal poacher, of course, being around the opponent is half. But of course, one of the things that I've seen, maybe that Liverpool are doing exceptional for Darwin Nunez, that is giving him most of the chances. We saw Mohamed Salah, of course, also doing that, giving him some opportunities to score. If they go on doing that, I think he will score more than 15 goals. But of course, like you said, he may not take the Golden Boot, but of course he may be in the top 3 players that may want to do that. Of course, we saw him. He's a goal poacher too. We saw him in the first game, and also this last game they've played over the weekend, where he came off bench and of course scoring a goal and also making an assist. That love that he has when it comes to in front of the goal, I think he may do some wonders. He may not take the boot, but I think he will score more than 15 goals.
Yeah, I think he scores from if Klopp starts trusting him early, just integrates him in that starting 11. I think he scores more than 15 goals. Yeah. But my golden boot, surprisingly, goes to Gabriel Jesus this season. Arsenal.
The golden boot.
My golden boot goes to Gabriel Jesus. 22 plus goals this campaign. I think he's a player that has a lot to prove to the world, because he's a player that is massively underscoring the opportunities and chances he's getting. And the excuse for that from many people has been he's been playing in areas where he doesn't feel comfortable. He wants to play as a 9, and Pep has always been playing him as a wide forward, left or right. So now he's in this Arsenal side, and he's going to be the key guy. And for me, he has no excuses. The quality of chances that the likes of Zinchenko, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli are going to be creating, and they're going to be looking for one man. There is only one player who massively, underscored his XG last campaign, and that was Lacazette. Lacazette had the opportunity to score 3 goals per game last campaign, and he scored 4 the whole campaign, 2 penalties. Literally, he scored only 2 goals out, in open play. I think Gabriel Jesus will massively impact this Arsenal side, and they will massively impact him as well. I think for me, he scores 22 plus. I just don't see him struggle. He's already fit in. He's already influencing the likes of Gabriel Martinelli. I've seen Martinelli get numerous chances now, courtesy of Gabriel Jesus, and it's just a matter of time that Gabriel Jesus finds those chances and he will convert them.
Of course, there are no chances. We believe what you're saying, but of course, there are some fans that I think, of course, may not agree with you. Gabriel Jesus, of course, is going to do well for the club. That is Arsenal, because they have not had that sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Of course, I think they ever since the likes of Van Persie, Theo went, I think they've got a player that maybe can do that for the club. But scoring 20 goals and above, to me, I may see it may be difficult, because we saw him in the first game against Crystal Palace. The way they handled him, of course, in the first half he was good, but the way they handled him, and of course, also not feeling his presence, that is in the second half, I think is one of the reasons that shocked me maybe to the other side. But I think he's going to do well. And also putting that competition that is in the golden, of course in the top 3 may be there, but I don't see him taking the golden boot.
I see him take it. I just struggle not to see him. I think it's gonna be tough. By the way,
it's going to be tough.
It's gonna be tough, Ryan. I think
because we're
forgetting
Hurricane.
Himminson will score 15 plus.
Himminson, of course, is also going to be one of the players that we expect. Of course, if Cristiano Ronaldo stays, because we saw. If it was not comedy, because we saw the coach saying that he's going to be building his team, because he saw what he did when he came off the bench. So he said he's going to be building his team on Cristiano Ronaldo. So if he stays on the club, expect him also to score 20 goals plus.
So,
because having Christian Eriksen on the team, Fernandes of course has been doing it. So adding Christian Eriksen on the team, I think they will be delivering with him more balls for him to score. So he's just a player that will be there, bringing that competition on the golden ball.
I write off any United player from any award this campaign. I think they're relearning everything that Erik ten Hag wants. They're trying to learn new things. They're trying to find their places in Erik ten Hag's system, and that is going to take some time.
Of course.
And by the time you catch up with the league, for example. If you look at Arsenal's first 10 games of the campaign, that is 30 points. They have a chance to take 23 points out of the first 30. We know City can take 30 out of the first 30 points, and Liverpool can also take like 27 out of the first 30. By the time you've learned the basics of the system, everyone else has left you, and everyone else is gone. So I think Ronaldo under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he can't score 20 this campaign. Under Erik ten Hag, I think he will struggle. I think he will definitely struggle. And for me, Anthony Martial, I think Martial will have more minutes than Ronaldo this campaign, down through the middle.
To me, of course, the likes of seeing that is the main man, Sir Alex Ferguson, coming back on board.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of the reasons as to why I'm saying if Cristiano Ronaldo stays, of course, on the team. We've seen Darren Fletcher is on the board. Sir Alex Ferguson came back on board. So I do expect, of course, if he stays, that's what I was saying, if he stays, because we don't expect him to stay and, of course, sit on the bench. That is Cristiano Ronaldo. So that's what I was saying, because we saw him last season. The team didn't perform well, but as a player, of course, he had so many goals. So that's why I'm saying that we may see Cristiano Ronaldo doing some wonders if he stays. Of course, the team may not be performing well, but as a player, he will do what it takes at least to score, and also being in that competition of these young lads that are new in the Premier League.
So, I don't think Ronaldo is going to have an impact. And I just respect you, because Ronaldo is that guy you cannot write off.
Yeah.
So, I just respect your opinion. But for me, it's about Man United. It's not about Ronaldo. It's about Man United. I think they will take some time. And United fans, whoever watches this clip, it's going to take you a lot of time. It's going to be a very long season. A very, very long season. Trust me, I think Arsenal fans have been there. There was a season when Arsenal went 10 games without a win.
Of course.
10 games. 3 straight months without a win. And that was Mikel Arteta trying to figure out his starting 11. That was Mikel Arteta trying to figure out the system, that, who plays where and when and why.
But even his squad by that time.
And the squad was absolutely awful. Yeah. And I think United are in the same situation right now. Ten Hag clearly knows which players, which players he needs to play in his system. But he doesn't know which United players can actually play his system. Because for me, McTominay maybe be playing for them.
Maybe the difference, the situation that Manchester United is in per now, and also the situation that Arsenal was in. United is having so many players, if you see right now, but maybe the right players that can fit in the coach's style. I think it's the issue that we're having right now. Because if you see most of the players that are around, the coach found them here, and of course the club has not done much to bring in those players that the coach wants. Maybe it's the issue that may shock the manager, because you saw him, the style of what the coach wants to play. Of course, an attacking football. The likes of Scott McTominay are very slow players. Maybe that's the issue that may disturb the coach, and also trying to fit, of course, into his style. I think if they do what is deserved in this remaining period, they may do some wonders. But of course, if they don't, they are going to be in the rebuilding process in this whole season.
They should be. This was their season to start the rebuild. For me, they have not. I think they brought in players like Eriksen that you will need to offload very soon. They brought in Adrian Rabiot. You will need to offload very soon. They've also brought, if they bring Marko Arnautovic, now I don't understand why anyone would say. Look, I understand.
Of course,
I understand.
He's not a player in that caliber
for me.
For United,
and that one, that's a Willian signing Arsenal did, and it's like, okay, you've done this. It's one of the worst pieces of business you'll ever do. So, Golden Boot awards. I've gone with Gabriel Jesus. I think my top 5 on the Golden Boot, Gabriel Jesus wins it. Number 2, I will go with Erling Haaland. Number 3, Mo Salah. I cannot write him off. He's in my FPL team, and trust me, if you play fantasy football, Premier League football, then Salah is the guy. So, Salah number 3. I don't think we will see any surprises like the likes of Gianluca Scamacca and all that. Mikel Antonio from West Ham. So I'll go with Darwin Nunez number 4. And if Chelsea sign a player, I mean, they could probably.
Of course.
But I'll go with Kevin De Bruyne in number 5. You'd never write him off. You never write him off. I think the second part of the season, last campaign, that was the Kevin De Bruyne they want to see Manchester City fans almost scoring a double every game. But so I think he will be among them. Okay. He will be among the top scorers. But on top, I think Gabriel says no reasons, no reasons not to.
On my side, number 1 maybe Erling Haaland. Of course, to me, that's that's the player that I think will be doing it. Number 2. Darwin Nunez, that is from Liverpool. I think he will be doing some great job. Then number 3, Gabriel Jesus, who will come there. Then number 4, I think Harry Kane will be coming in number 4.
That's right. I just wrote him off, though.
Yeah, and also Mohamed Salah then coming there. Of course, if you to add another player, Hyun Sun Min. I think.
I mean, if Son scores another 15 goals, because for him it is guaranteed without penalties, the Premier League should be ashamed that they don't have him in the Premier League Player of the Year awards. They should be ashamed. Yes. But for me, he needs. I mean, you cannot be a Golden Boot winner twice. You cannot be competing for the Golden Boot.
And you're not added into that team.
Yeah, and not added to one of the best players.
Almost a quarter that is from their country. Of course, they support the player.
Of course. So that's it from us. We've done our predictions. They might not be what you expect, but personally, I did calculate mine. I thought. I really thought about them a lot of the time, and after seeing that, the first performances, I'm not really trying to say that what we saw, how the table looks like, that is how it ends. But I saw the strength and weaknesses of every team, and I think the only team that didn't surprise me was Nottingham Forest. They lost just as I expected. The rest of the teams, a lot will change. Nottingham Forest, I don't think a lot will change for them. I'll be very surprised if they stay up. But I've been with Mustafa, and we've been, kind of previewing our season. Make sure you catch us on Cossy's Arsenal podcast as well. 90 more on a daily basis as well. Bye-bye.